Most divorces don't begin with a scream, they begin with a silence. 6 months without touch is not only about sex, it's a signal that emotional safety has fallen below the threshold. You ask what's wrong with you, whether your body is less desirable, or if he has stopped loving you. The bare truth, withdrawal often isn't about love disappearing. It's a protective strategy when the bond doesn't feel safe. In the therapy room I see a familiar loop. One partner pursues reassurance, the other shuts down to avoid conflict. The harder you chase, the deeper he retreats, the deeper he retreats, the more desperate you feel. Nonverbal cues multiply: shallow breathing, shoulders slightly raised, a hand pausing on the bedroom door. Many reveal, the root is frequently not desire but shame and threat detection. When the brain predicts humiliation, criticism, or failure, it flips the attachment breaker. Silence anesthetizes the fear for a moment while it starves the bond. Is this the end? Not necessarily. A long quiet can be a fire alarm, or an invitation to reset the operating system. Before you decide, name the underlying dynamics. Are you in a pursue-withdraw cycle? Is performance anxiety rewriting the script? Is frozen anger turning the temperature to zero? Start there, because accuracy is mercy, and clarity is the first form of care. Most people describe the symptom, not the system. The symptom is simple: 6 months without touch. The system is complex: schedules that never align, micro-avoidances that feel accidental, and stories each partner tells to survive the tension. Here's what the surface often looks like. He stays up late scrolling or working, showers after you fall asleep, and gives a quick peck that lands like a receipt, not a kiss. He jokes to deflect, or says he's just tired. You ask gentle questions that slowly turn into pointed ones. Bedrooms become transit stations, lights off fast, backs turned, headphones in. Nonverbal signals speak louder than anyone admits. Shoulders subtly raised. Exhale through the nose, not the mouth. Eye contact drops at the 2-second mark. The body rotates a few degrees away during a hug. Touch becomes functional, passing the salt, handing the car keys, while affectionate touch disappears. The bed feels colder even when the thermostat hasn't moved. Then come the survival lies. It's just work stress. Maybe I'm not attractive anymore. If I stay quiet, he'll circle back. Each lie buys short-term comfort and long-term distance. Avoidance rewards itself: no conflict tonight, but more dread tomorrow. Hidden beneath are predictable pressures. Performance anxiety after one bad night. Unresolved resentment over chores, money, or in-law boundaries. A nervous system overloaded by criticism, even subtle size or timing that feels like a test. Shame whispering, "Don't try, you'll fail again." The problem is not only lack of sex. It's the collapse of signals that say, "You are safe with me." When those signals degrade, desire doesn't vanish, it goes into protective storage. Name the problem accurately: you're not broken, and he's not necessarily cruel. The relationship's feedback loop favors withdrawal. Until you change the loop, every conversation about sex will be a proxy war about safety, power, and fear. So the symptom persists, not from apathy, but from systems designed to minimize threat exposure. Most couples describe events. Diagnosis names the pattern that keeps those events repeating. When touch disappears for 6 months, I'm listening for 4 recurring dynamics. Once you can see them, you can treat them. 1. The pursue-withdrawal loop. One partner reaches for closeness with words, questions, and alarm. The other protects stability by going quiet. The pursuer hears silence as rejection and escalates. More questions, sharper tone, postmortems after bedtime. The withdrawer hears escalation as danger and retreats further. Longer showers, later nights, nothing's wrong. Both are trying to reduce pain. Both accidentally amplify it. Nonverbal tells are loud. The pursuer's speech speeds up, pitch rises, hands move toward. The withdrawer's gaze drops, jaw tightens, shoulders round away a few degrees. Inside, each is running a different prediction. If I don't push, I'll be abandoned, versus if I don't retreat, I'll be attacked. Vignette A. Anonymous. In week 1, she said, "Talk to me." At 11:45 p.m. he froze. We installed a time boundary, not after 9:30 p.m., and a repair script. I want to be close, and my body is flooded. Can we try tomorrow at 7? 2 sessions later, the loop slowed. Pursuers need structure to feel held, withdrawers need predictability to feel safe. When both needs get language, touch returns as a byproduct of regulation. 2. Shame and performance anxiety. Desire rarely vanishes. It hides when the body predicts humiliation. A bad night, an erection that didn't cooperate, A comment that landed like a grade. These moments tattoo the nervous system. The quiet logic becomes, if I don't initiate, I can't fail. If I don't try, I can't be judged. Shame isn't just an emotion, it's an avoidance strategy. Many reveal, what looks like disinterest can be a self-protection plan. You don't bulldoze shame with pep talks about attraction. You lower the threat of evaluation. That begins with removing scorekeeping from touch and creating successful micro-experiences that have nothing to prove. Nonverbal tells, clipped breathing when intimacy is suggested, a joking tone that deflects to performance, a hand that starts to reach then aborts. 3. Unresolved anger turned cold. Not all distance is fear, some is protest. When practical resentments go unprocessed, division of labor, money boundaries, loyalty conflicts with extended family, anger doesn't always explode. It congeals. The temperature drops. Sex becomes the collateral, not the weapon. Anger, left unnamed, mimics indifference. But physiologically, it looks different: tight lips, minimal facial effect, a contained chest, and a cool, efficient tone. These partners often still show up for logistics, they're good roommates but warmth is rationed. Vignette B, Anonymous, 18 months of quiet fury over a second job taken without discussion. No affair, no porn spiral, just a ledger. Once we mapped the unpaid debt, they negotiated a rebalancing. The sexual drought thawed not with lingerie but with accountability and a new Saturday schedule. 4. Attachment threats. And the safety floor. Attachment isn't a romance word, it's a survival code. If one partner carries anxious strategies, hypervigilant to changes, seeking frequent reassurance, and the other carries avoidance strategies, prizing autonomy, minimizing cues, sex becomes an emotional barometer. When the safety floor drops, because of criticism, unpredictability, substance use, untreated health issues, or even chronic sleep loss, desire is the first system to shut down. Clinical reality: most couples try to fix sex with more sex. That's like trying to fix vertigo by walking faster. The system stabilizes only when the safety floor is rebuilt: predictable rituals, low-stakes bids for connection, repair after rupture, and explicit permission for yellow lights before red lines. Pattern interrupt: name the loop out loud before you problem solve, label the dynamic in plain language: we're in pursue withdrawal right now, or shame is driving the bus, or we're in cold anger mode. Naming converts chaos into a shared map. Maps reduce panic. Reduced panic increases openness. Openness is foreplay. You don't fix vertigo by walking faster, you steady the room. Intimacy works the same way. We'll restore the safety floor, give you language that carries less static, and stage a return to touch without pressure. Change the operating system, not just the app. Safety first protocol for the next 14 days, move slowly and predictably. Go to bed within a 30-minute window of each other. Schedule a 10-minute check-in, daily, same chair, same time. No solutions, no debates, no autopsies. 2 questions only: what was one moment today you felt close to me? And what was one moment you felt far? While speaking, keep your shoulders down, exhale through the mouth, and hold eye contact for 3 to 4 seconds, then glance away briefly. That rhythm calms the nervous system. Your KPI is not sex, it's reduced defensiveness and quicker repair after small missteps. When the body learns that closeness doesn't equal confrontation, it stops guarding. The 3-layer communication: most arguments die in layer 1. To reach connection, walk through data, emotion, need. Data, neutral, film, real facts. Last night we went to bed at different times. Emotion, one word, not a speech. I felt lonely. Need, simple, non-controlling, ask. I need a small ritual before sleep. Common mistakes: stacking evidence, mind reading, or hiding the need inside a complaint. Try this rewrite, instead of, "You never want me. You're always on your phone." Use, "When we didn't cuddle before lights out." Data: I felt unwanted. Emotion: because I need a few minutes of skin to skin to know we're okay. Need. Many reveal, most couples talk about behavior but never name the attachment need underneath. Once you state the need, you're easier to help. The repair attempt ladder: when tension spikes, climb, don't jump. 1. Pause: I'm getting flooded, can we slow down for 1 minute? 2. Name the loop: I'm pursuing, you're withdrawing. I don't want that. 3. Micro apology: I raised my voice. That's on me. 4. Validate: it makes sense you shut down if you expect criticism. 5. Clear ask: could we try again at 7 p.m. with phones away for 10 minutes? Delivery matters. Lower your volume, drop your shoulders, let your jaw unclench. Repairs aren't poetry, they're physics. Small force applied early prevents a crash. The touch re-entry plan: no sexual goal for 14 days. Pressure is the fastest way to kill desire. For 2 weeks, intimacy is practice, not performance. Days 1 to 3, hand-holding during a 10-minute walk. 2 20-second hugs/day. The goal is breath sync, in and out together, no words. Days 4 to 6, 5 minutes of couch closeness nightly, hips touching, phones away. Add light back of hand strokes along the forearm. Eyes may close. Days 7 to 10, gentle, non-sexual touch exchange, 3 minutes each of shoulder/neck rubs. Use a simple consent check: more, less, or same pressure. Days 11 to 14, choose from a comfort menu: lying chest to back, side-by-side forehead touch, or feet to feet under a blanket. Keep an agreed stop word, for example, pause. Stopping is success, it proves safety has authority. Rules: no evaluating arousal, no scorekeeping, no jokes about finally. If sexual desire rises, notice it and park it. Nice to feel you. Let's keep our promise for today. The body learns that touch is safe because it's not a test. Track progress with a heyday log: 1 line each night. Felt close when? Felt far when? Repair that helped. You're training recognition, not perfection. Boundaries and deal breakers: a boundary protects your behavior, an ultimatum tries to control theirs. Boundary: I won't discuss sex after 9:30 p.m. I'll schedule it for tomorrow's check-in. Not a boundary: touch me or else. Clear lines lower chaos. Screen for health factors that can depress desire or increase avoidance: untreated depression or anxiety, alcohol overuse, sleep apnea, chronic sleep debt, medications, including SSRIs, pain conditions, hormonal issues, erectile difficulties. A medical consult is not a verdict on masculinity, it's data. If your partner refuses participation entirely, no check-ins, no repair, no plan, set a clarity timeline of 6 to 8 weeks. At the end, you choose next steps with your therapist: deeper work, structured separation to reduce harm, or another plan. Clarity is kinder than limbo. Dialogue scripts, ready to use: safety opener, partner initiating, I miss us, and I don't want to push. When we drift for this long, I feel alone. Tonight, could we sit for 10 minutes at 8 with no phones? I don't need answers, just you next to me. Shame-safe response: partner withdrawing, part of me wants closeness. Part of me is scared of failing. I don't want to disappear, I need predictability. 10 minutes at 8 sounds doable. Timeout repair: during escalation, I'm flooded and going quiet. That's my old move. I'll take 15 minutes, then come back at the kitchen table. I care, and I'm not bailing. Speak these slower than you think, with softer eyes and longer exhales. Scripts aren't magic, they are stabilizers. Stability lets desire come out of hiding. Here is the bare truth: avoidance buys short-term comfort at the exact price of long-term connection. Speaking the truth costs discomfort now and returns oxygen later. You get to choose your heart. Measure progress by signals, not fantasies. First, eye contact that holds for a few seconds without either of you flinching or lecturing. This means the nervous system is stabilizing. Second, small, proactive touches: a 20-second hug, a hand to the shoulder in the kitchen, that happen without negotiation or apology. Third, micro repairs that land: naming the loop, a quick validation, a specific ask, so ruptures shorten instead of sprawling across days. Give the plan 6 to 8 weeks. If you both run it honestly and the drought doesn't thaw, you haven't failed, you gained clarity. Clarity protects your dignity and your time. It tells you whether to deepen the work, with medical checks or couples therapy, or to draw firmer boundaries about the relationship you are willing to be in. Remember, sex doesn't fix safety, safety restores sex. The operating system is predictable care, accountable repair, and pressure-free touch. When those 3 pillars hold, desire stops hiding. When they don't, desire is smart to stay quiet. If this helped you see your pattern, share it with someone who needs that same app. Subscribe, like, and share so you don't miss the next deep dive into the real psychology of long-term love, and the tools that make connection possible.